Mongoose Jake here to review another blaster from M416GelBlaster.com. Again, I did a quick little overview of my partnership with them, but to condense it, I actually bought my Unicorn from them. Thought they had great service and good communication, and I actually reached out to them to see if they would be open to working with me to review a few blasters here and there, because I want to review some oddball stuff, but of course, I'm just a working dude. I don't have the funds to go out and chase every blaster. So when they were open to working with me, I said, hey, I want to review a couple of neat things, and they told me to pick whatever I wanted. So one of the things that I wanted to pick was this little Thompson, and yes, it is pretty small scale, as you can see here. It is a shell ejecting blaster that unfortunately does use the little itty bitty darts, and hilariously enough, one of them that they sent does not have a tip on it. It was supposed to be a suction cup dart, and I will note also, when I opened the package, this was stated to include a stick mag, along with the blaster force, the blaster, a scope, a stick mag, and a drum mag. Well, and then to top that off with 20 shells, and then 20 of each type of dart. I only got 10 of each type of dart, so I'm really down now by one of them not even having the tip on it. But I actually got 4 extra shells. So the listing is different than what I got. I got 10 of each kind of dart and 24 shells, which is stated to be the capacity on the drum mag by their listing, but the drum mag itself shows 20 as a capacity, so I went by the capacity listed on it. Because of course, if you overtax the spring in these, it can cause some pretty major issues by stretching it too much. So right now, I have not ever exceeded the 20 that's on the actual mag, because right here it shows, I don't know if that's going to come up in my camera, but 20 darts. So a little different. There's a little bit of an issue there on their listing. Maybe they can get around to correcting that or clarifying it, because I only got 10 of each darts, one's missing a tip, and I got 4 extra shells compared to what is listed. I got 24, so I'm not going to complain about that, but I would like the extra darts. They're a weird size. So that all out of the way, let's take a look at what you get. Now the price tag is kind of high at $60. Let's just hit that straight off the bat. And this is not at all a performance-oriented blaster. You're not buying something with shells and a sub-sized dart in order to go and win battles out on the field. Like if you're playing Quick Flag or King of the Hill, you're not bringing this unless you're just trying to be silly. And there might be a point to that anyways, because blasters are supposed to be fun. They really, really are. And this thing surprised me. Let's just say that. Now, you can fire this with full auto or single shot manual prime. The charging handle here on what would be the receiver is your manual prime. I've got the stick mag inserted in, and I do like the fact that they have both the stick mag and a drum mag, because the Thompson was issued with both. I've actually fired a real Thompson. I got to unload a full couple of drums, and it's one of the most fun things you'll ever experience in your life. I don't care if you're a firearms person or not. Firing a authentic Thompson with a drum mag and getting to hold it and just pull the trigger and annihilate some clay targets or glass bottles is what we used. That's fun. It's fun as can be. So I'm partial to this. I've actually got to fire the real thing multiple times, and we use both stick mags, which do feed better. They really do. And I'm using it here. We're going to fire 5 shots manual, and then I'm going to throw the drum in and use it the way everybody knows a Thompson is portrayed as. So we're going to try 5 shots, manually primed, and plink. And I've got a box below me to try to capture the shells. So there we go. I'll let you see it. That missed the box, but let's try it on camera here. Got it. That's fun, to be honest. It really is. But now, we got to do it the right way. Drum mag, now again, I said I don't have all the darts, so I put a dozen shots in here. And once you've loaded it, right here on the left-hand side of the blaster, you can then switch this switch from, if it's pointing forward here, it shows manual, and then switch it back, auto. Okay, now this is the perfect time to actually show where the power to this full auto function comes from. It has a battery compartment in the back, which contains a battery that they include. It is a USB rechargeable. Those are coming with most of the Chinese battery powered blasters anymore. But it's a USB rechargeable 7.4 volt with 500 mAh capacity. So not the biggest battery pack nor the most powerful, but keep in mind, these little darts don't require, like for example, these little itty bitty darts don't require much to fling them at a decent performance. This actually gets around about 65.2 feet per second on average, combining both manual fire and automatic. So not bad, especially considering that this is intended to be an indoor target plinker. Like say shooting into these little guys here, which that's, or the little knockdown targets. This is what it's for, and it provides more than enough performance for that. So enough talking. Let's go ahead and put this on full auto and take a few shots and let you guys see the shells and have some fun. And if you do get a discharge here, just open it, clear it, and go again. Out at that point, looks like I had thought that I still had a couple more, but I had only loaded 12 because of the lack of darts that it needs to come with more, honestly. And that brings up a good point, is that with these darts here, these substandard darts, sub-sized, they're, or better term, sub-caliber. These are going to be hard to find, both literally and figuratively. If you're looking to pick them up somewhere off the ground, these disappear. So I can see this as basically being indoors only, or unless you just don't care. Now, finding them to purchase is also going to be a little bit of a headache. So keep in mind, you're going to be very limited in your sources of buying these, and you're also going to have trouble recovering them. So all that said, what do I actually think of the blaster? I absolutely adore this thing. I do. I absolutely love it. Everybody who's tried it loves it. It's just fun. And I'm going to note something. They did an excellent job on the simulated wood grain. That looks very, very good. And any of us who have tried to simulate wood grain in paint know that's pretty hard to do on plastic, to simulate it with paint. There's multiple different techniques you can do. You can actually use, of course I'm known for hydro dipping. I can't actually hydro dip do that. You put in a coat of whatever tone of brown you're looking for, and then you stripe in some black, and you can pull it to create that grain like they have here, those like V-shaped grain. You can pull it and cause it to thin out and get that grain, or people do multiple brush techniques. But they did a very, very good job on the foregrip and on the very short stock. Now also, those of you who play Fallout, like I like Fallout 4, this thing, of course, is in the game. They give it the name SMG, but it is in the game. So could also be used for purposes of people looking for a prop. And overall, it's fun. Now, $60, that's a pretty high price tag. There's no way around that. And for $60 with this blaster, they do include a scope, which I'm never putting a scope on a Thompson. That's not happening. But it's actually a decent looking sight if you were to use it. Here, I'm breaking my rule right now. And it has little flip up dust covers, and it actually does have the magnification effect that some blasters are having now on their sights that come in from China. I'm never going to get that to go through the camera. That's just silly to try. But it does actually have like a ×2 magnification, or 1.5 times. And it actually has decent clarity for what it is. and as a push button release to grab onto what appears to be true Picatinny rails. So, kind of odd to see a Thompson with Picatinny, but historical accuracy out the window. Immersion is ruined. But, oh well. It also does have a hilariously huge silencer. Now, it is just, of course, just a plastic tube, completely wide open. There's nothing going on here, nor is it orange or orange tipped or anything. So you put it on, I really don't know what they were going for with that, but it is included in case you want it. But for $60, what they really should do is they really should include, like, say, a spare battery, a spare double amount of shells, and triple the amount of darts. Then they'd have a truly good deal on top of a fun blaster. Now, as it is still very fun, and it is pretty unique. Even among the shell ejecting blasters, which there seem to be a lot of those coming out, like a flood of them, a tidal wave. But this is fun, and that's all I ask of it, because it's not a serious blaster. It's not trying to outperform the latest, greatest thing. It's not trying to be a CNC machine, super blaster. It's not trying to take $500, $600, $700, $800 of your money. It's trying to provide you with a fun, silly, enjoyable experience. And for me, at least, it did. So for that, I can put my endorsement on this. It's fun, it's enjoyable, provides something silly to have a little fun with inside. And that's where this is best going to be used, and especially since it's winter. Set up some targets, shoot the bear and the little crocodile, and have fun. But that's the Thompson from M416GelBlaster.com. Absolutely enjoy it. I'm not partying with this. But till next time, it's Mongoose Jake saying, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.